Hi, I'm Will, co-founder of What Websites, and in this video, we are going to go over our review system that consistently gets people to the top of Google. I'll be showing you why reviews matter, how to get more reviews, step-by-step tutorials on how to get your QR code and direct link for your Google reviews, and I'll give you a simple pipeline that you can follow to get more reviews. So this is going to be the What Website review system. So first of all, why do reviews actually matter? Now, the reason reviews matter is because the more reviews that you've got, the higher rank you're going to be on Google. Now, a lot of people don't realize how beneficial it is to be ranking higher on Google. So we have this chart here above me that shows you exactly the percentage of clicks that people are getting at the top of Google compared to people in position 10. Now you can see there's literally 40% compared to 1.5% at the bottom, and this is on position 10. If you're further than position 10, which a lot of you probably are, the number goes down even more significantly. You're looking in the 0.0s, right? So ranking high on Google has massive impacts. As you can see, the top three positions basically get all of the traffic that is coming in. So we want to get you there, and reviews are going to help with that. Now, what is the best way to get a review? It is simply just to ask. My favorite saying is keep it simple, stupid. You just need to ask for a review and get rid of all the friction. So to make getting a review as low friction as possible, you're going to want to either send out a QR code or you're going to want to send a direct link. People don't want to be searching for your business online, trying to find it, then leave a review. They want something to scan or a link to click, so it takes all the friction away. So all they need to do is just click the 5-star button and write the review. We do this with branded review cards that we personalize and print for our clients. As you can see, I've got CNR's example there. But you don't have to go all out with this. You could just save the QR code on your phone, and after you finish the job, show your phone to the client and say, can you scan this QR code and leave us a review? Now, later on in the video, I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to get the review QR code and how to get the direct link for desktop and mobile. So stay tuned to the end for that. But before we go into the tutorial to get the QR code and the direct link, I think it's important to set a basic pipeline up. So that's what we're going to go into now. So this is the pipeline that I recommend to all of our clients. It's very, very simple. Anyone can follow along at home. All you have to do, get your QR code sorted, which I'm going to show you in the next clip. Have that on your phone or get a review card printed, anything like that. And after you finish a job, if you're doing it in person, get them to scan the QR code before you leave and ask them to leave a review. 99% of the time, if you've done a good job, people will be happy to leave a review, and you're there with a QR code. People are going to do it on the spot. They're going to do it there and then 99% of the time, which is fantastic. That means you've got the review. That's great. If for some reason they don't leave the review on while you're at their door, you might want to follow up with a direct message. So for example, if you've shown them the QR code, they've said, yes, I'll leave you a review. They scan it, but they're not logged into Google and they can't figure out their Google login. They might just say, oh, I'll do it later tonight or something along those lines. So you want to send them a direct message. So get their phone number and then send them your direct link, just asking nicely for a review. I'd just put something along the lines of, hi name, it was a pleasure working with you, or it was great to get XYZ job done. Please could you leave us a review? Here is a direct link. And then finally, if it's been a day or a couple of days and they still haven't done the review, I would call them, email them, message them on Facebook, WhatsApp, whatever contact info you have. Make sure it's a different avenue from the direct message one. If you've got absolutely no other contact information, then send another direct message. But I like to do stuff on different platforms to ensure that the person definitely sees it, because they might not check their messages on their phone, but they might check their messages on Instagram, for example. So that is the simple pipeline that any of you can follow to ensure that you're getting the 5-star reviews. Now, quickly, just before I show you exactly how to get your QR code and your direct review link, I wanted to mention responding to reviews. This is just as important as getting the review itself. By responding to reviews, you're showing Google that you're active, you're showing your profile is well managed, and you're also building trust with new potential customers that are going to read your responses to the reviews that you have. I have a simple checklist that I like to go through to make sure my responses are good. You don't need to massively overthink these, they need to be natural. You just don't want to have a copy and paste script that says thank you for the review. I always like to try and include the name of the person I have done work with. If it is relevant to you, also include the area that you have worked in and just mention a brief description about what the service is that you've actually done. Now, finally, we are getting into how to get your QR code and your direct link. So for desktop, you're going to want to come to your Google Business Profile dashboard. If you do not know how to get here, there will be a card on the screen now with a link on how to get here. All you do is you log into your Google account and you type in your business name or my business into the search bar and you will get your dashboard. Now, once you're on your dashboard, you just want to click read reviews, which is this button here. When you click this button, it's going to open up this tab here. And all you're going to want to do is click get more reviews. Then you're here. This is where your direct link is. So this will be unique to you. It will be different to mine. Do not copy mine. You want to go and get your own link. So this will be your review link. Same for your QR code. It is different to mine. Do not copy mine because you're going to be sending out review requests for my business, not yours. You want to go onto your own desktop and get your own unique link and your own unique QR code. So to copy the link, all you do is click this button and it's copied. And once it's copied, you might want to save it on your notes on your phone. You might want to save it in a Word document just so you've got it forever, or just remember how to get here and you're all sorted. For the QR code, what you're going to want to do is right click it and click save image as, and then save that image, send it yourself on your phone or anything like that. Just make sure you've got the QR code saved. And that's it for desktop. What I would recommend is saving the QR code as an image, send it to yourself on WhatsApp or something like that, so you have it on your phone, and then I would just show people on mobile once you finish your job. And if you need to follow up with anyone, you've got the review link there. Now for mobile, what you're going to want to do is come to the same section, click on your read reviews, and then you're going to want to click get more reviews. This is where you will find your direct link, which you can copy, and it says copy to clipboard, and I would save that to the notes on my phone so I can send it out really easily. Unfortunately, on mobile, there isn't a QR code anywhere, so the only way to get the QR code is on desktop, and I highly recommend you go onto desktop and you get the review QR code and then send it yourself on WhatsApp, and just make sure you've got it saved on your phone. Now that is it for our review system, and if you found this helpful, I would really appreciate it if you left a like on this video and you subscribed. We have more tips coming out every single week on how to grow your local business.